I've asked you a lot of questions about the possible negative outcomes of the development and improvement of AI, but I do want to ask at least one question about some positive benefits. And you mentioned earlier the possibility that AI could help deal with major existential issues like climate change. And I'm wondering if you could lay out a sketch for how this might go.
So I think that first of all, we're worried about at the moment energy, right? So that's a very big issue, that AI is going to use more and more energy in data centers. I think that we underestimate the amount of energy that we are using, for instance, relatively speaking already for data processing, for internet and for other things. The AI models are a small part of that. And the reason why the AI models are being trained at this energy expenditure is because somebody expects to save energy by deploying the AI. For instance, if you are generating a picture with a generative AI tool that you before generated by spending 2 days on Photoshop, you're probably saving energy, right? And if you are able to use the services of somebody over the internet, or use automatic translation instead of paying somebody to make the translation by hand and so on, all these things lead to saving energy. On the other hand, there is not actually a lack or a scarcity of energy on this planet, right? At the moment, we are able to produce renewable energy at parity to the grid prices. So basically, we could, at existing prices, build more solar thermal plants in deserts without end. There's basically an almost unlimited amount of potentially usable energy. Yet our energy usage has been stagnated largely since the 1970s. And I think this also leads to an increasing poverty, to a lack of the ability to give people good resources, to give people good products, good things that they want to use. The question is, can we produce the energy in a sustainable way? And to do this, to produce more energy in a sustainable way, we basically need to increase the utility of doing something with that energy, so it makes sense to build new plants. It makes sense to deploy the technology, to develop the new technology for that. And since we are at some point, we have now reached the point where we realize we cannot use fossil fuel for driving data centers, it makes sense to build them with renewables. We can build the data centers into deserts. It's not a problem to do this without straining the existing grid and so on. There are many ways that we can do this that just require small changes in the regulation, and maybe require research efforts into building automated robotic solar thermal plants that can self-expand and so on. And it would allow us probably to populate areas of the US that are currently underserved because they don't have enough agriculture, because maybe we can use these new energy plants and new energy technology that we develop in this way to desalinate water and pump it into these areas. So many things that are possible with technology. And I think that technology so far is not leading to a situation where the world gets worse. It can lead to a situation where the world gets less sustainable if we rely on building non-sustainable technology. But if we deploy it with the model of the future, if we deploy it in a responsible way because we know what the outcome of the technology is and we cannot deny that outcome, I think technology has always been a force for good in our history, in the sense that it reduces suffering and increases our ability to face reality without despair.